Good afternoon, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader coming to you here on a Tuesday, January the 21st. And once again, I have had a red day. I am not trading well at all. Let's clear this up a little bit. So I forgot that yesterday and today was rolled into one. And so my accounts didn't reset. So I basically have two red days showing 6,500 over 2 days. That's not today. That is yesterday and today combined. So let's get that out of the way first, and then it might be simpler to just jump right in here. So this was today, down $3,000. Yesterday, took 4 trades today, 1 winning trade, very, very bad win-to-loss ratio. Yesterday I took 2 trades, both were losers, so we started the week off on a pretty red note once again. My early part of the week here, so far this month, has been pretty bad. So anyway, that is that. But anyway, I wanted to show you trades else. You can see kind of where that's going. Now let's look at the trades today. So the 940 trade did not trigger this morning. Whoops. 940 did not trigger. However, I took a really dumb trade. Hindsight, this is very stupid. But actually, let's go to a bigger picture. Let's go to the hourly chart. So I was very, very, very biased this morning, and that was my undoing. I mean, this market is super volatile, but you know, we had opened somewhere here, and I was actually thinking that we're going to probably push higher. We've kind of been on a push uptrend. We've broken this downtrend we've been on. And I can show this a little bit better if I do this. This is the downtrend that we've been on, and we've kind of broken that trend. And I felt like this is going to continue to push out of here. And my thought process was, if we bounce on this 643 area, we're just going to bounce and we're going to go right back out of there right here. Because yesterday we tested that area twice. We had the big sell-off in the overnight, I guess, or early morning. And then we bumped our heads against this as a resistance level, but then we broke through, and then we bounced our heads on that here, or bounced off of that here. And then I got stuck in my head that this is going to bounce. If it does, we opened somewhere here, and I thought, well, if we do fall apart a little bit, we're just going to bounce there, and then we're going to continue this move. Well, I was completely dead wrong. And do I even have my dates right? Yeah, that was yesterday. So the 940 trade did not trigger, and that's a trade that I would have taken on this specific candle right here at the open of this candle. I did not take it. However, because we had this big red candle and we bounced right here off the 643s, I just blindly went long with 4 micros, my 940 ATM setup, and just very, very stupid. You know, the right move there to make was, if I'm looking for a bounce off 643, or the 640s you could call it, but if I'm looking for a bounce there, I should have waited for a green candle, maybe 1 or 2 green candles as confirmation this is pushing out. Well, I didn't do that, and I got stopped out there for 166 bucks. So that was a tough first trade, and very, very stupid first trade. My second trade was a winning trade, and I probably should have held this a little bit longer, but after yesterday and then this morning's trade, I really wanted to get a win. I was patient through all of this, and then we had this pushback out of the 550s, had this red candle, and I jumped in on this green one and took my first profit target, and then I just moved my stop loss into profit. I did not want to give back, and then that got hit, which is kind of normal when you do that, and then it continued to push up. So I could have gotten out of that trade with probably about $50-$60, but I was just, I needed to see a win, and I did get a win, but that was it. The next one was really more of a price action trade, not one that I'm that proud of. So we had this, obviously, as you can see, we kind of started trading in a channel. This was the last, bottom of the channel, almost pushing out of it. We fell back apart, bounced our heads off this level again, and then had this long wick pushed up, back down, long wick, and then this candle right here was green. And it was one of those moves where it just started building fairly rapidly. The entry was on this red candle, started building fairly rapidly, and I hit buy, and I got a bit of a slippage on the fill. So my entry was not really where it should have been, all the way down here, and I hesitated a little bit. That's completely on me. And then obviously with this market volatility, I was just in with one micro, but boom, got stopped out, and then we continued to go. So had I not hesitated, that could have been a nice winning trade. I would have had 2 back-to-back wins instead of having a win and then the loss, putting me right back to where I was, because I basically gave back what I gained right here. And then this last one where I walked away, this is a frustrating one, very frustrating trade. So we have the push out, we have 4 green candles pushing up, which is something I look for in the hitchhiker setup. I want to look for at least 3 green candles pushing up. We have a pullback, and then, we had this green candle forming. We were above this key level. We had finally kind of closed above this key level. And I entered on this green candle, and I thought, man, this is finally going to break and go. This is a very nice setup. I was in with 2 contracts, and I would take that setup every time. But for whatever reason, we couldn't go anywhere, and this thing fell apart, stopped me out. The things that I had going for myself on this trade that I liked was the fact that we had the big push up. We were starting to go above this kind of ceiling area, this channel range that we've been in. We were slightly above that, not much. And we were candle body closing above this key level. And that was just, I thought, man, this is a great setup to go along. If I can get a winning trade there, we can at least get ourselves, closer to being green. Maybe we get one more trade and get to a break-even day today. But it wasn't meant to be. And then as due to this NASDAQ's form, this thing, chopped around, and now look where we're at, bounced all the way back up. I just don't have the bandwidth to have this big of a stop. I would have had to have about a 45-point stop, and that's just too much for 2 micros, especially trading a funded account. But there we go, and now we push back out of it. So go figure. Just a very, very nasty range today, and it is what it is. But man, I really feel like I need to make a couple of changes. What those changes are, I'm not sure. I think the biggest thing is maybe to size down. I'm hesitant to do this, but I may size down on the 940 trade and only trade 2 micros. I hate doing that because I'm gonna give up an opportunity for a much bigger move. But I really kind of think I'm gonna need to, because what's happening is the 940 trade has failed so far this year now. Let's pull this up. Let's go to playbook, and let's go to this month. So the 940 trade, and you can't see it because of this banner, but it has a 25% win rate and 4 trades. Okay, so I've taken 4 trades, 25% win rate. So the win rate's not that good so far, but that's the backtesting has shown that sometimes you go through these a week or 2 where it loses quite a bit, but then you have maybe a 2 or 3 week window where it's almost a winning trade every single day. And the thing that I hesitate about is if I do switch and go to like 2 micros, I'm going to leave some potential money on the table, but I don't know, I might need to do that just to get some wins under the belt. I mean, these funded accounts are starting to be a little bit, not so good. I've got 700 in drawdown left there. The rest of these are in pretty good shape, but you take a couple more $200 losers, and all at once you're getting rid of a lot of drawdown. And I don't like that. So I think that the lesson, I guess I'm kind of talking myself through this and you're listening, but I think the big thing is I'm going to just have to size down on that 940 on the days it triggers and just be okay with a smaller win and move on, and really just try to stick to 1 to 2 micros, especially with this market volatility. I think that's probably the right thing to do, and maybe just look for a couple of small wins. Obviously, as I look at TradeZilla, I really need some nice winning days, to get this month back. We're down 17 grand on the month, and we just keep, falling apart. And that's a little bit frustrating, but I might need to be satisfied with, maybe $1,000 days and just put some green days together versus trying to have a nice, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 day, which I have not had this year, but obviously most of these trades just didn't work out. And it's just been a tough start to the year, but it is what it is. So I'm going to sign off. I'm done trading for a day. I'm going to walk away. No sense in hanging around here. I'm not going to keep trading the funded accounts, and it's just one of those choppy days. I'm walking away. So Anyway, hope you had a better day than I did. I hope you had a better month than I did so far. And once again, I just want to say thank you for using code BCT. You guys are really supporting me, and I appreciate that very much. I would say right now the best deal going on is that Take Profit Trader, 50% off lifetime on an eval, so you get a very cheap eval in the grand scheme of things. And with that daily loss limit now removed, it makes it really, really nice for trading Take Profit Trader. So that is awesome, but thanks for using my code there. Also, Apex, they've got the 50% off deal, and they also have, I think, $35 resets. So that's probably even better than the 50% off eval as far as dollar for dollar on evals goes. But in any case, my code BCT gets you that best deal with Apex and Take Profit Trader, and thank you for using my code. Thanks for subscribing. Some new people recently, I appreciate that, and thanks for just hanging out, following along. So. Hope you had a better day. Have a good day tomorrow. Be careful. This market's a little bit crazy, but we'll try to be back after it, and we'll see if we can put some green on the charts tomorrow. So until next time, take care, and so long.